I'd say if by the end of the year he doesn't show that he has some potential to do something, I mean, he's failed so many times, let him go and move on because it's kind of getting sad just watching the Jets be bad year and year after year.
But you want to wait till the end of the year. I mean,
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get rid
but
of a
why wait
coach
till
in
the
the
end of the year?
middle of the year
He's
because
0-5.
yeah, but just finding another head coach in the middle of the year is so hard. I mean, that's what the Browns did last year. We fired Freddie Kitchens in the middle of the year, and it was just even worse. I mean, there aren't like a lot of great head coaches out there. They're already taken because they're obviously great head coaches. So, I mean, I wouldn't fire him and then hire some nobody like Freddie K, and then your team's even worse. And I
Well, I
know it's
mean, we
hard to
talk
get
about
worse
with
than
the
0
Texans.
and
The Texans
5.
cut their head coach week after they won. Oh, how about that? I mean, that works for them. And then we talked about who else cut their head coach. The Falcons. We'll see obviously how the Falcons do. The Falcons, they're a different topic, but the Falcons, we'll see how they work. But the Titans, they cut Bill O'Brien midweek. They went on to win. Is it just possible that the Jets organization look at Adam Gase and just go, he's been woeful for consecutive years? I mean, he's now 0-5. Do you wait? Do you just? I don't see the point in waiting. I want to see them make moves. I want to see the organization, the heads of the organization, sit there and go, you know what, we can't deal with this shit anymore. Like you've got to understand that you're an NFL team, you're a business. You think about if you owned a business yourself, would you want your business to be doing bad every single month? Would you want profits to be down every single month? No. You would want change and you would want it quick. And I know they're not going to go win the Super Bowl if they bring someone else in, but at least have someone who can show. If you get rid of him now, if you stick with him to the end of the season, best he wins is probably 2 or 3 games max. Is that what you want? For
No,
me
it's definitely
personally, if I
not
want,
what I would want for my team.
so then,
But
so then get rid of him. Why don't you try now? You get rid of him. Cool. You might not get the best head coach, but you can get someone who might be able to prove they can win 3 or 4 games before he can.
what I'm saying is that you already know you're going nowhere this year. You're not making the playoffs, so you might as well wait to the end of the year where you can have time in the off season to actually just look for a head coach and talk to
Sign someone
guys.
now, though.
So, but you would be better waiting because you're not winning anything this year. They're done. They're not making the playoffs, regardless if they get a new. If they got Bill Belichick, they couldn't make the playoffs this year, and so I mean, I say the off season is the best time to find a coach. You got time. You're not worrying about the next game and all of the stuff that goes on during the season, travel and you know what football players have to deal with. So, I mean, regardless, they're not winning anything this year. So finishing the year out with him, I don't think will make a difference between firing him now. I think it would just help you find a better candidate if you just waited, or even just look why the season's going on for someone else.
But look, just take it into consideration. You cut this guy before the season ends. You go look for, like you said, they aren't going anywhere. The Jets organization will not go anywhere with Adam. Um, that's a fact, right? Cool. All right. So why don't you look? If you go now, you cut him now. You go look somewhere else, and you go, we've actually won in our first 3 games. We won 1. Okay, cool. He might not be the best around. He might not be the person we're looking for. Cool. You can get. I mean, it's not a big deal. You just bring someone in. You see if they can change anything, and then you can look at what the real problem is. Is it the players? Is it the organization? Hey, and then you can go into the season. You can go, look, we brought in a new coach. You know, it didn't work. You could ask that new coach, what do you think was wrong? Was it the staff? Was it the players? Was it X person? Was it the organization above? Was it money? I mean, you got to. I think you bring someone in now. You look at the reason why you're failing, and even if this person doesn't work out, at least they're going to be like, "Hey, look, honest opinion. This is why they're failing." Like you got to understand, they're not bringing in just like the Browns. They didn't bring in him to stay the whole season. They brought him in, and I think was just a way to sort of test the Browns and see, was it our coaching, was it our players, what is it? I think that's the same thing that the Jets should do.
I mean, I'm not opposed to firing him, but I would wait personally because also you bring in another guy, now you have to pay him, uh, and just go through that whole.
Pay him pennies, man. You don't need to pay him a lot of money. It's it to be an NFL head coach. Come on.
I would just wait to the end of the year just because I think the offseason would be the best time to find a head coach, or you could even look during the season. But when the season's going on, everyone else has a lot other stuff to worry about.
So what we're going for? Adam Gase at the end of the season to be fired?
For sure.
Honestly, I'm going to go with the same. Like I said, we like to debate, we like to disagree, but Adam Gase, he has to go. I don't see any way an organization can keep someone like that around so long. And look, maybe at the end of the day, maybe it is the players, maybe it is the staff, maybe it's just the attitude of the Jets just to lose. But you look at the current AFC, and this will bring us on to our next point in a second. But you look at the current AFC East division. You have the Bills, who have been playing outstanding. You have the Patriots, that are still a team that's there. You have the Jets, and you have the Dolphins, and then you have the Jets. None of those, no, I can't look at any of those teams and go they're worse than the Jets. The Jets
No, definitely not.
They don't have an easy road. The Miami Dolphins slapped the 49ers. And, they don't have an easy, they've got a division that is slowly getting tougher. Slowly the division's getting tougher. And I mean, when you're at the bottom, there's a huge way to go. There's a huge way to go. If you're going to finish fourth every single year.
They have two good teams that they have to beat, and that's the Patriots and the Bills, obviously. And the Patriots obviously got a lot worse losing Tom Brady, but I mean they still have one of the greatest coaches of all time, if not the greatest coach of all time. He definitely knows what he's doing, and they have a great defense. And the Bills have just been playing out of their minds. So that's a tough division to be in right now. The only division tougher than that will probably be the NFC with the NFC East, I believe, with the Browns in Baltimore and the Steelers.
AFC. That's it's your own division, brother.
Oh, is it the AFC? My bad. I don't know divisions too well, actually, but you know what I meant. So the division with the Browns and the Ravens and Steelers, that'd be the only division tougher that I would say.
I mean, I think if I definitely looked into it, I could probably find something hard, but they are a tough division. But yeah, like I said, Adam Gase has to go. The AFC East, we'll move into a team in the AFC East, which is the Buffalo Bills, actually. I mean, so yeah, my opinion, Adam Gase has to go. Your opinion is the same. I mean, unless he could change something around by the end of the year. I mean, if they don't let him go, they're crazy. They're delusional in my mind. If you don't let this guy go. Okay, thank you so much for listening to that highlight from our podcast. If you want to hear more, click the links in the bio or go to my Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram here on the screen. So yeah, if you do enjoy what you hear, make sure you go over, listen to our podcast, or just subscribe, like the videos, comment on what you want to hear us talk about in our next videos, and I'll continue to upload highlights from our podcast. So if you don't want to listen to it, fair do, but you can always see it here. So I thank everyone for listening. If you stayed all the way, make sure you go follow that Instagram and send us support and feedback. And on that note, I'll see you soon.